Hello, I'm Johnny Draws and I draw a lot of fake Pokemon. And today, I want to draw Pokemon in the medieval times. So in 2022, Pokemon released Legends Arceus, in which the protagonist is sent back in time by Pokemon Jesus. The setting is based on the Hokkaido region of Japan in the 1800s, and we can see the architecture and the outfits reflected this time period. This Back to the Past spin-off was a commercial success, selling over 14.3 million copies. So it makes sense for Pokemon to make another historical period piece. But this time, what if Pokemon Jesus sends our protagonist to the Middle Ages? This region is the Arturo Kingdom. You, the protagonist, find yourself awake in a small village out in the farmlands. In the working fields, you'll find farmers and peasants, and also very early root Pokemon such as Rattatas and Beneries. Suddenly, you're attacked by this Piplup variant. This is Pippion, the peasant Pokemon. So I love Piplup's design, but we all know that Piplup evolves into Empoleon, a royal king-like design. So I wanted to reverse that. Like instead of rags to riches, it's just rags. Also, Piplup has this very spherical head, but baby penguins have this almost like bowling pin shape, so I wanted to make it closer to a real baby penguin. I also made his head resemble a Baggins cap because I wanted to make it look really dusty and dirty from all the hard work. His typing is groundwater, as it helps the irrigation and watering of the crops and also works the fields. Now, what should his ability be? Ooh, let's say the kingdom is actually evil, and King Oakenshire placed heavy taxes on his citizens, so the peasants working the field are very poor and hungry. So Pippion's ability can be pickpocket. Pippion is not evil or anything, but if it can steal a little money to buy food, it will. Pippion will be your starter Pokemon for this journey. This is Pippion. So now as the protagonist, you realize that the kingdom is mistreating its citizens, and you need to get to the bottom of this. So you enter into town and you ask the townspeople about the evil king, and everyone seems to avoid you. They don't want to say anything because they know the church is listening. In every corner, there's a church spy watching everyone's moves. King Oakenshire must be surveilling the city through the church. After battling some church goons and gathering information, you enter into the cathedral to battle against the church boss, Bishop Anton. Bishop Anton is a psychic and dark type boss battle, symbolizing the duality of his holy exterior versus his true evil intentions. He has 5 Pokemon: Bisharp, Gothitelle, Houndoom, and Weirdeer, and his final ace Pokemon is a Cinderace Variant. This is Saint Cinder, the fiery preacher. Normal Cinderace is based on a soccer player and is lean and fast looking, so I wanted to change up the silhouette into a rounder, bulkier type. I also think the key highlight for Cinderace is the headpiece, and that made me want to give Saint Cinder a Pope hat as a design highlight as well. It's a fire psychic type because I think a religious-based Pokemon would be inflicting mental damage.
Emotional damage!
Maybe its ability would be forewarned. Saint Cinder can prophesy and see into the future to see what the opponent will do in battle. So this is Saint Cinder. After defeating Bishop Anton, you free the townspeople of the brainwashing done by the church and King Oakenshire. After forming a rebellion with the rest of the town, everyone storms the front gate of the castle. The doors are sealed shut and there's no way to get in. Then Pippion signals that you need to follow it through a secret entrance into the castle. Pippion found the secret entrance as it would sneak into the castle time to time to steal food. The further you go through the castle, you meet the 4 Holy Knights, the Elite 4 of this game. After defeating them, you finally enter into the throne room, and King Oakenshire sits waiting for you. Finally, a worthy challenger to reignite his fighting spirit. The battle begins, and he has 6 Pokemon, all holding the item King's Rock, which makes their attack have a chance to flinch. His team is Nidoking, Kingdra, Slacking, Kingler, King Gambit, and finally his ace Pokemon, a Serperior Variant. This is Cobra King, the Tyrant Pokemon. I like how Serperior was already based on like a rich, wealthy, upper class design, with its pop collars and French-inspired crescents. With Cobra King, I really wanted to lean into that concept. So, like how kings used to wear wigs, I mixed that in with a cobra hood. But I thought just like making another snake would be really boring. So, I chopped off his head. And is holding his head by the tail. For me, it's kind of like a nod to the French Revolution, where the poor revolted against the rich and chopped all their heads off with a guillotine. And I know some people might say that's the French Renaissance and not the medieval times, but it's just for fun. And I think it works because reptiles are known for having limbs cut off and they still regenerate it back. So Cobra King is a grass fairy type. I gave it a fairy typing because I think having a chopped head is a bit unrealistic, so it needed a bit of a supernatural kind of feeling to it. For its ability, I think we should give it a new ability called False Defeat. Once Cobra King is defeated, it will revive back to life one more time. It's like when you defeat the final boss, but they always have a second battle.
Goodbye! So long! Farewell! Auf Wiedersehen, adieu! Goodbye, Giratina! Ha! Ha! He's going to another form! No!
And you know Pokemon Champion battles, King Oakenshire is going to use at least 10 full restores. Good luck. So that's Cobra King. Upon defeating King Oakenshire, you see an evil spirit leaving the king's body and form into a witch. She congratulates you on defeating the king and says she looks forward to seeing you soon. With that last message, she disappears. The evil king's appearance begins to change. He explains to you that for the last 20 years, he has been under the spell of the evil witch, Morgatha. Back when his kingdom was in war with another nation, King Oakenshire sought the witch to ask for power to defeat his enemies. Morgatha helped him win the war, but also slowly took over his body and reigned over his kingdom. Morgatha lives on the top of Mount Copper. Your final mission is to confront the witch and end the cycle of evil. The journey through Mount Copper is tough, scattered with strong Pokemon, as well as challenging puzzles. Finally, you confront Morgatha. She congratulates you on freeing the kingdom, but after she defeats you, she will spread her evil once again. The battle begins. She has 6 Pokemon, all programmed to be 5 levels higher than your highest Pokemon. Morgatha is a Ghost and Dragon-type master. Her 6 Pokemon are Gengar, Druddigon, Golurk, Shiny Haxorus, Mega Bayonet, and her final ace Pokemon, a variant of Blaziken. This is Blaziken, the mythical terror. I wanted the final boss Pokemon to be based on a mythological creature, and Blaziken is a chicken, so I thought, oh perfect, a Basilisk is a chicken dragon. I love the red beak and eyebrows of Blaziken's design, so I kind of wanted to do the same for my dragon. But I changed the eyes to be more menacing and more wild. I wanted it to feel a lot bigger in size, and I wanted the wings to be like magical fire. Because this is a final boss monster, it should feel very powerful. It's a fire dragon type, and let's give it the stats of a legendary Pokemon to be very powerful. So according to mythology, apparently if you lock eyes with a Basilisk, you will die instantly. Okay, that sounds way too broken for Pokemon.
I don't know why you trying to act like you don't hear me. I know you can hear me. Your windows is down.
So how about its ability is Fear Spreader. In the presence of Blaziken, your Pokemon will be so scared that whenever Blaziken attacks, your speed will be lowered. It's still very powerful for a final boss, but it's better than instant death. So that's Blaziken. After defeating the evil witch Morgatha, Pokemon Jesus appears once again and greets you. It thanks you for going on this journey and bringing peace back to the Arturo Kingdom. However, before it can send you back to your present timeline, it has one more mission for you, which you can access for $34.99 in the next DLC. Ah, Pokemon, you've done it again. Anyways, thanks for watching. And you know, making this video was a ton of fun, and I'm still exploring ideas on what to do for my next video. So leave in the comments if you have any fun ideas for what new fake mon I should make next. Anyways, like and subscribe, and see y'all in the next video. Bye!